Hi everyone, Mr. Richmond here. Just wanted to give you some brief introductions to Microsoft Excel and how you can use it for our mean, median, mode, range, standard deviation stuff. You just watched the video on summary statistics, so now I'm going to show you how you can use Excel to do that. So if you were, for example, have a data set of certain numbers, and this is what you're going to use it for, is when you do this fling machine competition coming up, you're going to create a device that launches something, and you're going to continually measure how far those items go. You're going to have to put in that data. So, for example, if we were going to do a distance category in Microsoft Excel, and we would do trial category, and we would do trial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, perhaps. And you guys use your filling machine, and it launches it, I don't know, 20 inches. So 20 inches, and we may want to specify in this that it is in inches, so 20 parentheses inches. That way, whoever's reading this can go, oh, that is in inches. 20, 23, I'm just making up numbers here, but when you guys would actually use this for your project, you're going to actually record what occurs. 19, 15, 22, 25, 23, 26, 23, and 20. Why not? Not 2, 20. So those are our distances. So now we can actually calculate all those things that we talked about. We talked about the mean in that PowerPoint. We talked about the median. Talked about the mode. Talked about the range. Before we get in the range, you actually have to have the minimum. You have to have the maximum. And from there, we can actually calculate range. And we calculate standard deviation as well. Standard deviation. So this is one way that you guys can do it and save yourself a lot of time. Now for the test, you have to actually be able to do it the way they show it on the PowerPoint. Just letting you know. So this is great for the project, real world, but to understand how these numbers come together, you need to be able to physically do it yourself as well. So what we have is for our mean, that is the average, right? So there isn't a code, and what we're going to do is we're going to type an equal sign, and this is where we're going to start using Excel for what it is. It's able to gather data and put it into a readable format that we can utilize. So the mean is just the average. So if I type in the equal sign and then A, V, E, R, oh, and then it will show me. So if I double click on average, and then I click and hold and drag down my set of data, it will say we're going to average everything from categories D5 through D13. And then I hit enter. That means the average number is 21.44 inches. The median, all right, if you type an equal sign and then start to type in median, it will pop up as an option. Double click. Once again, we select all the data, enter. Same thing for mode, equals mode. And we're going to say single mode, data, minimum equals min, all the data, max equals max, all the way down. The range is the maximum minus the minimum, and you can't really do that. There's no range command. So what we're going to do is equal sign, and then we're going to click this one, and then hit subtract from this one. So we're taking the maximum number minus the minimum number, and that will give you 11. And then standard deviation, once again, equal sign, and if you start typing standard deviation, actually, my bad, that is not right. What you need to actually do is stdev, and then you'll have an option of .p or .s, and from the PowerPoint they talk about the difference between population and standard or sample. So we're going to go ahead and use sample. And then we click and drag over the data, and that means our standard deviation is 3.35. Okay. that was it. I just wanted to show you how to use Excel. That way you can kind of check your own answers. So when you do the next assignment, you're going to have to go through and create a set of data. And I will show you what I am talking about here. So on your assignment, it will look like this. And this is the first one. And once you're finished with this PowerPoint, you're going to have to move on to the next activity after you submit your PowerPoint notes. If we go here, I'm going to open the link in a new tab. You're going to have to watch these videos, and this will kind of explain exactly how standard deviation is actually used in the real world. And if you scroll down further, there's this applied statistics document. And if you open that up, it is a document on, it's the assignment basically. And this is the set of data. So 4.1, 4.1, 4, 4.1, and so on. You have to calculate the mean, median, mode, range, and the standard deviation. And this is how you can do it and graph that. And then it should come out as a nice bell chart. And then you'll submit that work. One way to make sure you're doing it right is to, once again, in Excel, plug in those numbers, and you will be able to check your own answers. All right, so there you go. Good luck. If you have questions, make sure you ask Lisa or myself if I'm actually there. Thanks.